Today we're doing a quick tune-up spark plug change on a 2016 Jeep Patriot Latitude. Let's get into it. Let's give a little pry here, and we have the cover opened up. It's only held on by these 4 pegs. Right there, right there, right there, and right there. Set this off to the side, and then we have our clips that we have coming from the battery terminal. This one I've already loosened up. You can either do this with your fingernail or do it with a flathead screwdriver, but you got to slide this lock back first. So raise it up just a little bit to slide that back, and then you can wiggle that off. But before we do that, we're going to go ahead and take the air compressor, blow out all this dust and dirt, and make sure we don't get anything on the inside of these chambers before we begin. So take a little bit of air compressor. I do have safety glasses on, so just to make sure we don't have any kind of debris fall inside those spark plug chambers. So we're going to go ahead and take this off. I also forgot to mention you're going to need a T30 Torx bit to take these out here. So let's go ahead and get started. We'll put that back for now, but we'll pop all these off. Slide the lock back. Wiggle it loose. Slide the lock back. Wiggle it, oops, press it down, wiggle it loose. All right, now we got all the locks and all the tabs loosened up. We're gonna use a torque bit. I'm just gonna take these coils off. And slide that right out, and there you have your coil. And down in there, you have your spark plug. Set this right here. The spark plugs we're going to be using today are going to be NGK G Power. We only need 4 spark plugs for this, and it's going to be a pretty straightforward and simple process here. So I'm going to go ahead and take some air, blow down in here, make sure there's no other debris before we get started. And I'm going to do these one by one so that I don't get anything mixed up. Start with my extension and my 5/8. And the spark plug socket has a gasket on the inside of it to grip that spark plug. So I'm going to go in, feel it press down, take our ratchet, make sure it's going the right way, and hopefully there'll be no issues. It just breaks loose. You want to be kind of easy with this just to make sure you don't break the spark plug off in the engine. That's a whole different other repair. Now we can just take that out. Lift it right out of there. And that, whew, is a very used spark plug. Definitely time for a new one. So we'll just pull this out. It's the old spark plug. Put that there. And the new one, we're going to take out. You can see, looks like they're the same spark plug to begin with. So, win. We'll push this back in here. These are already pre-gapped for this vehicle at a 0.4. 0.4. So we're going to open up some spark plug grease here. Put it on the threads just a little bit, so we won't have a problem next time, whether it be us or the next guy. Put the spark plug in here. Get that out the way. Use the top of the cap, bust the seal. It doesn't take a whole lot, but since we're using spark plug grease on here, we would be tightening this up to 15 pounds, but since grease is literally a lubricant, we're going to take it down to 14. It's supposed to allow 10% dab will do you. That's enough there. There was out the way. And always you want to hand thread anything mechanical. So, and then don't just drop it in there like that. Hand thread it. Feel those grip. Give it a little tug, make sure it's got the spark plug. We'll just hand tighten. It's in there snug. Make sure it's all the way on there. Now we'll take our torque wrench. Make sure we're going the right direction with it. Righty tighty, lefty loosey. And back this off. This one, foot-pounds. The whole numbers and half numbers here, we need 15 pounds. I'm going to take a little bit off because I put that lubricant on the threads. Take it to about a 14. Tighten up the lock. Now, we'll come in here. We'll just slowly, until we hear it click. Right there is 15 pounds. Take our socket off. Not good. So, come on, man. There we go. Sometimes you gotta give it a little wiggle to pull that out of there. Now we've got that done. We've also got some dielectric we also have some dielectric grease. Kind of early this morning, can't talk right. Which we're gonna put on the coil. It's a little dab will do you, just like everything else. Bust that seal open. Grab this. And this helps not lose contact, electrical contact, or a power loss, they say. A little bit of there in that. That back. Slip our coil back on. Press down. Get our screw, our Torx, our T30. Tighten this back up. Have the right tool for the job makes a lot of difference. Plug it back in, and then lock your lock, and you're done. Finish with one. Now we'll go do the other three. Do not push that all the way in. You'll get it stuck in there. Same problem I had with the last one. The whole thing takes 4 minutes. This back in. I just noticed this lock is clicked. Plug it in, lock is clicked, and that's it. changed one spark plug. Now we've got all 4 of them changed in about 20 minutes. So now that we're done, I'll put the cover back on, line those 2 pins up, and it's down. And you're done. I'll clean up our mess before we actually get in here and start the vehicle because we don't want nothing to fall in.